Good morning, Exeter. Today on People's Spotlight, we are going to be interviewing the amazing Amy Farnham.
Out of college.
Car, so showed up, and then after that I bent over.
Pleasure to have you on show one. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Garrett. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks.
Good, good. So you just came back from a vacation, and you are going back to work, where you work, if I'm not mistaken, you work in the solar industry.
Correct. Yep. I work for a company called Revision Energy. So we're based out of Brentwood. We have a few offices in New Hampshire and Maine, but the one here is in Brentwood. I am a solar design specialist, which means that I go out to people's homes or businesses and sort of educate them a little bit about solar. You know, at this point, they're already a little bit interested, so they want to know more. Maybe they know a lot, maybe they don't. But I'll get up on the roof, I'll take readings of how much sun hits the roof, we'll measure it up, we'll say, okay, here's how many solar panels will fit, here's how much sun those are going to see, so you can generate X amount of kilowatt hours. And then we look at their electric bill and say, okay, that covers your electricity, it's going to cost you, $25,000. And then you show them all the economics of it.
Wow.
So it's really neat. There's a lot of, it's a cool job. There's a lot of technology involved, obviously, some science to it, some policy, because there's state initiatives, there are federal tax credits. So it's constantly changing.
Right.
It's definitely becoming a more popular endeavor. It makes sense economically, and that's what really drives people to do it.
Yeah, and that is very exciting. It's
Yeah.
somebody who designs for other people the solar panels that go on their house.
Right,
So,
right.
so what gets you into that field? Like, what made you step in that direction?
That's a good question. So I was in education in various ways for most of my career, and then just started to be a little bit stressed about what was going on with the world with climate change, and I had kids, and I kind of started worrying, like, are they going to be able to ski? Are they going to be able to, are their kids going to ski and skate on ponds and whatnot? So I just reached out to a friend who was in that industry, and he said, you know what, we're booming right now. We need people like you. He kind of just over lunch, just basically interviewed me in a really casual way and said, why don't you start with us? Why don't you work with us? And they taught me everything. Wow. How a house is wired, how it's plumbed. So we also do heating and cooling, like super efficient heating and cooling that works with solar, so it runs on electricity, so that you can become a net zero home.
Amazing.
It's a cool job, but it's really important right now too, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course. And Exeter here does a really good job being very mindful about the environment. I remember, so one responsibility of the TV station is we have to cover meetings that go on. Mm-hmm. And so the Energy Commission committee, I remember there was one particular meeting at some point during the winter when someone addressed that parking lots for places being built after X number of spaces has to have a certain number of trees to counter it for more. And if I remember correctly, I think you are on it, right?
I am on the Energy Committee, yep.
Wow,
yep.
That's incredible. So what also got you onto that?
So I don't remember how it started, but there were a couple of people in town and I were talking about it, and they started the initiative and then got me on board right away. And it was just a nice way to sort of bring in someone that has some renewable energy experience to talk about that. Energy Committee covers a bunch of things. We switched all the street lights in Exeter to LED, and that's not my specialty, but certainly that's something I felt very passionate about doing. It made sense in every single way. So I guess me being involved in the Energy Committee is just my way of bringing what I know to Exeter and saying, okay, here are ways to do it. So getting solar on the landfill was, we haven't quite gotten it, but we passed it. It went on the, it was a warrant article, and it was passed. So that's in the works right now, which is really exciting. Yeah, that's going to cover, I think it's 98% of the electricity use from the municipality of Exeter.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That is very exciting. Mm-hmm. And so is that the only thing you do here in the town, for the town?
I am also on the budget recommendation committee. So I've completed 1 year of that, and we're starting the next session this fall. So that's pretty exciting too. There is a lot going on there. So my first year was, I sat pretty quiet and listened a lot, and voted what I felt and voted my conscience. But I feel like this year, knowing a little bit more about it, I feel a little empowered to maybe speak up more and ask a lot of questions and poke holes in things, maybe if they're, if that's an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's nice. I mean, everyone in this town can be involved somehow. It's amazing. There's opportunities everywhere.
Yeah, that sure is.
Yeah.
So why did you pick here of all places, Exeter, and what made you want to get involved with this town too? Mm-hmm.
So I actually didn't pick Exeter. My folks picked it in the 70s.
Okay.
So I think I was 2 maybe when I moved here. So I don't know any, I didn't know any different. So was raised here, went to Main Street School, Lincoln Street School, and high school, and the old junior high. And like you do, when I was a teenager, thought, God, this place is so small, it's so provincial, I got to get out of here. So ended up traveling, went to Boston, then went out west to California and Oregon and New York City, and then decided eventually that it was a great place, lo and behold. This was where I wanted to raise my kids. So my parents, are still here. My mom is still here. So it was really easy to move back with small kids when I got married and have my parents around to help. But, it's an amazing place to raise your kids. The sense of community between the schools and the downtown and the committees, it's perfect size to be sort of just centralized enough so you have some affluence here, you have some low income, you have all sort of variations of people. I think that's amazing that we all get to vote, we all get to make these decisions. Maybe a lot of us thought the library was a good idea, and then we vote and learn, okay, not everyone thought that was a good idea. So those kinds of things are fascinating to sort of watch play out in this town and watch how the community tries to rally around things and sort of tries to discourage other things. Just, it's a vibrant community. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very, very exciting. So is there anything that you also have, done in this community, not necessarily on a grander scale of decision making, but, smaller things too?
I hope so. I hope I've done other things. I coach my son's soccer team, and I've done that for quite a few years. So I absolutely love that. It's through EYSA, which is Exeter Youth Soccer, but it's, surrounding towns as well. Mm-hmm. I have the most amazing team of boys that I just absolutely love them. So that's fun, and I serve on the board of that soccer club as well. So yeah, there's lots of little ways. Southeast Land Trust is in town, and I do some volunteering for them as well. I'm a member of the FUSE, which is the First Unitarian Universalist. Oh my gosh, I'm going to screw this up. It's the Unitarian Church in Exeter.
All right.
And that's been great. That's a fairly new endeavor for me, I guess. Just finding this sort of spiritual group that I really connect with.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
Nice. Just Fuse what you do there, and a quick second on the land trust as well.
Oh, okay. So, as a member of the church, I'm really just more of a taker than a giver. Mm-hmm. I haven't really gotten involved in all the groups they have. I feel like, okay, once my plate clears of something, I'll add something else. But right now, that church is strictly just, I feel a little bit selfish, but it's such a source of just clarity and spirituality, and it's a lot of social justice and climate justice, and it's just a wonderful place to go. I mean, we haven't been there in person for, a year and a half, and I can't wait to get back. But we've been online, and it's a phenomenal group of people. Southeast Land Trust is a group, I don't know if you know, that conserves land in the area. And they've just done tremendous amount of work in the seacoast and in inland quite a bit. They have quite a range. And one of my jobs is to be an easement monitor, which means once a year I walk one of their easements and sort of map it and make sure that things are being done the right way on this easement. No one's like dumping their trash on there, and make sure the signs are up and things like that. So there's a bunch of easements and other monitors like me that do that. I mean, it's really just a nice way to take a hike, with my dog in the middle of the fall.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds very nice. And so just quickly, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple other people out there like me that might not know what an easement is.
Oh, okay, yeah. So an easement is a piece of land that's been put in conservation. So typically it is someone, a homeowner has purchased this property, and let's say they've got, 20 acres, but they really only want one for their house. They can put the other 19 in a conservation easement, which means for perpetuity that piece of land will not be, subdivided, it can't be purchased. The homeowner gets a tax break on that as well because it's in conservation. So basically they're not paying the same amount of taxes as they would if it were, all in use.
All right.
So it's really nice. So when you add up all these conservation easements throughout our area, that's a lot of land that's been saved from development.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty strongly about that.
Nice.
I am a hiker and a mountain biker, and the more land that we can have, the better.
Yeah. Plus, it's also good hiking in the fall with your dog.
It is.
Yeah, so.
They're pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we're, looking at, right now you see all over these, there's coyotes, right, in Henderson Swayze, there's a bobcat in my neighborhood, that comes through.
Yeah. And surprisingly, those are good for handling the tick population.
The bobcats are?
Any predator.
Is that right?
Because they will eat rodents, and the rodents are the ones dragging all the ticks everywhere. They're the vectors, actually, for all the diseases, too.
Yeah.
So remember, coyotes are good.
Right. And, all the people that have backyard, chicken coops and stuff, they're good, too. They eat all those ticks up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Amy. So I think we're kind of starting to near the time. So is there any last minute things, anything you would like to share before we're going about Exeter? Just your time here, anything?
Yeah, I've seen Exeter change so much in the last, I don't want to really say how old I am, but I've seen it change a lot in the last few decades. But at the same time, it's, the heart of Exeter is still the same. I think most people really do care about the community here. We have different opinions about where, we should spend our taxes, and, what should be allowed and what shouldn't, and what restaurants should go in and what shouldn't. But I guess I love the fact that we're consistent in how much we care about this town. And I think everyone wants to see it succeed and remain vibrant and healthy, and a place that people want to come visit. It would be great to have some younger people move here. I know that the whole state of New Hampshire is sort of challenged with that. I would love to see a little bit more for younger families, even you know, folks that aren't married yet, that 20-somethings, you know, out of college. So I don't know. I think that we have a good future in front of us. I just want to make sure we're continually thinking about the future and how to, you know, bring in new people, new ideas, and be open to that. Yeah.
All right. Amy, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And you heard it, Exeter. If you would like a place in the spotlight, feel free to contact us at extvg@exeternh.gov. And have a great day.